everyone. In this video, I'll walk you through the reimplementation of StudentReviewController in Expertiza project for our E2524 final project. This was a team effort focused on improving maintainability, removing obsolete logic, and refactoring the controller based on modern best practices. The original controller had two major problems. The list method was extremely long. It was doing everything: fetching participants' assignments, calculating the review status, and even deciding whether to redirect to bidding. Also, the action allowed method include logic like current user has student privileges, which was unnecessary and repetitive. So, for our new implementation, we created a set of issues or tasks. First, we refactored the action allowed method. In that, we removed the redundant student privilege check, replaced hard-code strings with constant like list action and submitter rules, added a early return for clarity. Also, we set the controller local property to better support internationalization I8 and also ensure fallback behavior and wrote a test case for it. We also removed the meta review response map feature, which was no longer needed, so we eliminated it from the controller and cleaned up the related progress logic. For better business separation, we introduced the student review service object, which now handles all the business logic previously dumped into the controller. This service does the following: retrieves the participant's ID, participants and their assignments, calculate the topic ID, determine content phase, loads appropriate review mapping, counts completed and pending reviews, and check if review building is available or not. By centralizing this logic, we made the controller cleaner, more readable, and easier to test. Now, in the new implementation list for the list method, it returns just a JSON response, which uses a new method, a new load service method, which loads up the response from the service object and gives it back to the list method.
Hi, my name is Katerina Vilkamir, and I wanted to tell you about our test cases. So we have application controller spec with coverage 93.75%. The purpose of this file is to test the base controller functionality, especially internalization features. So locate and detection for URL parameters, locate detection for HTTP, accept language headers, handling of invalid or missing locals, proper fallback to default locate. So we have a lot of different tests for this. So for student review controller spec, we have test coverage of 86.67%. The purpose of this file is to test the API endpoints for students' reviews with extensive authorization checks. We have mock service patterns. You can see here. So we can use service layer architecture to separate from business logic for HTTP concerns. And also we have authorization, response structure validation, binding, redirection logic handling, and different user roles and permissions. And for the third part, file student review service spec, we have the purpose of this file to test the service layers that handles review business logic. So we have initialization tests with proper participant and assignment loading, binding, sorting of reviews, mapping and handling edge cases, and we also have response ID loading. The test coverage for this file is 85.71%. I also want to mention that all our GitHub checks and actions completed and passes. Thank you.